Welcome to CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA tournament. Today's game is between the South Florida Bulls and the Louisville Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, the bracket. And of course, Bill, our starting five.
Matchup at the power forward position should be exciting. Two big men with great basketball skills and plays on a regular basis.
And let's have a look at the keys to the game for these teams here today.
If they can get these things accomplished, they're going to have a good shot at the win today.
The Cardinals get possession, and away we go. Inside. This guy is a real talent. Great passer and scorer.
You know, this guy can move the basketball and create his own opportunities. Really a tough guard, Gus.
They may have him in some trouble here, Rat.
What a great trap, Gus. The defense is getting after it.
This layup is definitely worth a second look.
Gotta make those, Gus. It's incredibly deflating when you don't.
Edwards receives the ball. Shots up. Shots off. And he's fouled. Obviously too aggressive here defensively.
You really got to know your limitations, Gus. Gus, as a coach, your seniors are really, really important. The underclassmen will look to them for guidance and direction. And when a senior is accepting of this role, it really helps out the coaching staff and the team as a whole.
Both free throws go. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
Well, pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel, Gus. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them.
Too aggressive on defense here, and he winds up with the foul.
You always get your hand reaching in, you get in trouble.
Here's another solid junior bill.
You want leaders on your team, at least I did when I was coaching, and a couple of upperclassmen will always be to your advantage.
Gets two at the charity stripe. The ball handler is in trouble. This may have him right where they want him, Raph. The Cardinals on offense. They have four guys on the perimeter and one down low.
Great passing lanes to the big fella.
Thanks for joining us here on CBS Sports. Gus Johnson along with Bill Raftery. Stride handles the feed. In the lane. No.
Big time presentation at the rim. He made himself bigger by extending his arms.
Out on the left wing. At the top of the arc. He can't get it to go. Pulls down the board. They work it around the perimeter. He strokes it. And he can't get the bounce. Takes the board. On the right side. He shoots from the corner. And another missed field goal.
They're settling for jumpers. They got to find a way to score. Get to the rim, get to the free throw line. Look at the coach. He's beside himself.
Stride receives the pass.
Look at that block. Terrific reaction.
On the left side. Loose ball saved. Turnover committed by the senior. Brown handles the pass. Jump shot. Shots off. Great offensive rebound. Up and in. Ha ha! He's a good inside presence who can step out to the perimeter and knock it down.
When you have a player who can score in and out on a perimeter, it really creates trouble for the defense.
Looking for a good shot. Heat check time from long range. Not this time. Pulls it down. 7 minutes left on the game clock. Off target.
Put a little English on it.
Off the mark.
Big time dagger.
The Cardinals are looking to force the tempo now by extending their defense.
Well, Gus, forcing the opposition to play 94 feet is ideal if they can't play the full court game.
They work it into a double team in the post.
Squared up on the catch. Got his puppies in order.
Looking for a good shot. He shoots from the corner. And no!
What a coach will be happy with that effort.
6 minutes left on the game clock. They're called for the foul. Obviously too aggressive here defensively.
You really got to know your limitations, Gus.
How about the action so far, Coach? Some good postseason tournament action. I'm certain the people watching are enjoying this one. Neither team backing down at this point.
I'll tell you what makes the NCAA so special is the fact that it takes one bad night, and your season is over. It's going to be a shame that when the final horn sounds, one of these very competitive teams will be out, and their season will be over.
Just being trapped. Pushes it. He shoots from the corner.
How about that?
Looking for a good shot. Dials up a long-range shot. Comes up empty from deep.
It's mine.
On the outside.
How about that elevation?
You've got to be prepared when you go up against this team, Raph. Their pressure can be relentless at times. They love to pressure you full court.
Well, you're right on top of that, Gus. They really like to force you into mistakes with their pressure.
Ah, he got it up and in. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
While pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel, Gus. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them. Gotta love a player who can consistently knock down that mid-range jumper.
Dump it inside. Shots up. Rims off. Kept alive. Offensive rebound with the answer. The Cardinals are making an adjustment defensively. Looks like they're going to apply additional pressure defensively.
It's a great decision if you have the players to play full court pressure defense, Gus. You need stamina, though. It's not an easy defense to play for extended periods of time.
On the inside. Shots off.
Get out and fill.
The Cardinals are really controlling the tempo.
Doing a nice job of controlling the speed of the game, Gus. They're really...
He swats the ball. Change of possession. It's a team effort across the board so far today, Coach.
When everybody wants to win, everybody will do what it takes to win. That's what we're seeing, Gus. 5 guys making the moves they need to get the victory.
Out on the right wing. Fired. Shots off.
Dominating the glass.
Nice low post play. He gets the rejection. No luck from downtown. 3 minutes left on the game clock. The Cardinals in a hurry. Out on the wing. He shoots from the corner, and he hits the three. Out on the left wing.
Look at that block. Terrific.
Dump it inside. He looks for three, but he misses his target. And he's there with the power jam. The Cardinals are taking things to the next level with their extended pressure defense, Raph.
An aggressive move on their part, Gus. They'll be looking to force some turnovers.
On the right side. And lays it in. We are at the 2-minute mark. Way out on the right wing. Jump shot. Nice. Shots off.
Push it.
They work the perimeter. Do they need a timeout here, Raph?
Gus, they definitely need a timeout. They've lost their composure.
The Cardinals are really looking to turn up the pressure and perhaps tempo with this press build.
It looks like they want the tempo to be faster. This change will likely increase the pace of play.
How about a second time? Check out this layup.
How about the concentration at the 10, despite being banged in the paint?
Now they work it around the perimeter. Nice block shot.
What a rebound. I own it.
One minute left, and it's blocked. And he bangs it down. On the right side. Fires. He missed it.
Transition.
Shots off.
I own it.
Got a guy right on him. He shoots from the corner. No. Will he go back up? And that one is blocked. The freshman. He can't get it to go. One half is in the book. Stay tuned for CBS at the half. Here is a look at how the numbers stack up for each team here today. Here's a look at how both teams are doing with their keys to the game. Second half of play, Coach. NCAA tournament doesn't get much bigger than this. Who's going to fight to ensure that they move on to the next round? The answer, just a moment.
Well, we've heard it before, Gus. Survive in advance. I'm certain that these teams will come out and do whatever it takes to survive. Nobody wants to be making that long loser's walk to the locker room tonight.
on the right side. In the lane. Can't put it down. Now they work it around the perimeter. Jump shot. Gets it to go. On the outside. Deep check time from long range. Misses the tray. Both teams looking to get in a bit of a rhythm here. On the right side. Looking for the bomb. Outside Jay won't go.
It's all about shot selection, Gus. It's so important to take good shots, and not necessarily the shot the defense wants you to take.
Down on the low block, trying to work it inside. Shots off.
See, reacting. How alert, Gus.
Out on the right wing. He drains the bucket. We're at the 8-minute mark. Top of the key. He shoots from the top of the circle. They're having a tough time hitting from the floor. The senior may be in some trouble. Reynolds gets the ball. It's stripped. Active hands. Now looking to attack.
Total control. Knows where to be. Location. A high-rent district.
First team foul. Too aggressive on defense here. He winds up with the foul.
He always gets your hand reaching in, you get in trouble.
And here's a look at the first-year player.
Gus, a first-year player just getting his college career started. It's going to be a treat to watch this young man develop his game.
Count. He got them both. Pushes it. The ball handler is in trouble. On the right side. He shoots from the deep corner. Nice look. Bam. We are at the 7-minute mark. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
While pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel, Gus. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them.
And he lays it up and in. They work the perimeter. He unloads the three. Can't connect from the three-point line. Brown receives the ball. Down the lane. Finger roll. So easy for this guy. 6 minutes left on the game clock. Can finish. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
While pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel, Gus. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them.
Turnover, they'll go the other way. Now in transition. And he can't get them out. First personal foul. Obviously too aggressive here defensively.
You really got to know your limitations, Gus.
Raph, it's obvious that the tournament is very competitive this year. These two teams have showed that they belong. They played great in the first half, and now it's likely that this contest will go down to the wire.
Hey, guys, I think this is going right to the finish line. I think this game may come down to the last possession. These teams are competing and executing to a very high level. I mean, they're making every big shot. Both of these clubs.
Makes the shot. Knox handles the feed. Fires. Buckets. Jump shot. Good. The Cardinals seem like they want to take the defensive pressure to the next level.
Watch for some full court pressure, Gus. I'm curious to see how the pressure will be handled.
On the right side. Off the mark. Pulls down the rebound. Edwards receives the pass. The fans are making a difference, Raph. This is a tough place to play. In the lane. He gets it to fall. The Cardinals are taking things to the next level with their extended pressure defense, Raph.
An aggressive move on their part, Gus. They'll be looking to force some turnovers.
Straw handles the pass. Inside. Dump it inside. We're at the 4-minute mark on the left side. Fires. Drains it. The Cardinals are taking things to the next level with their extended pressure defense, Raph.
An aggressive move on their part, Gus. They'll be looking to force some turnovers.
He missed it. Gets the rebound. They work it around the perimeter. He puts up the tray. He misses from long range. On the right side. Dials up a long-range shot, and he hits the three. We're at the 3-minute mark. Top of the key. Turnover committed by the senior. Pushing in transition. He shoots from the left side of the circle. Buried. Top of the key. He shoots from the top of the circle. He nails the bucket. The Cardinals seem like they want to take the defensive pressure to the next level.
Watch for some full court pressure, Gus. I'm curious to see how the pressure will be handled.
He gets that one to fall. On the outside. 2 minutes left on the game clock. Out on the right wing. Jump shot. He gets the shot to fall. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
While pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel, Gus. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them.
Scott gets the ball. Second team foul. With a nice jumper from deep right here.
How about that? Defense relax. He's able to convert deep.
The Cardinals are a pretty good free throw shooting team.
I know the coach takes pride in their free throw shooting. It's something they really have worked on.
Both free throws go. The Cardinals are taking things to the next level with their extended pressure defense, Rap.
An aggressive move on their part, Gus. They'll be looking to force some turnovers.
Fires, and he can't hit the shot. Edwards receives the pass. Under 1 minute remaining on the game clock.
Now they really have to foul in order to stop the clock, Gus.
Offensively, they'll set up from the sideline.
Some people dread this part of the game, Gus, when the losing team is fouling in order to stop the clock.
And, of course, another foul as they try to remain close.
Not much else they can do.
Foul, and that stops the clock again. Inbounds play on the baseline. And yet another stoppage, and yet another foul.
And why not? Opportunity here to put some points up, Gus. Clock stopping.
It's good. Coach calls a timeout. Back with more in a moment. Welcome back, and we're set to inbound after the timeout. Knox takes the feed. He launches a three, nails it from downtown. And the block. And after the timeout, we're all set to pick things up. Knox with the ball. Knox turns the ball over, and they continue to foul to stop the clock.
Good strategy.
Tough team to foul because they shoot such a good percentage from the line.
When everyone on the floor can convert from the line, it makes this team very tough, especially down the stretch when the opposition is trying to foul.
No doubt about it. And after the timeout, we're all set to pick things up. Knox handles the pass. He shoots from the top of the circle. He can't get the hoop to fall. And, of course, another foul as they try to remain close.
Not much else they can do.
And we'll go to the free throw line. Hits that one. No, not this time. The Bulls motion. 3 around 2. He blocks the shot. And the foul will stop the clock momentarily. To the charity stripe.
Freebies important.
Makes the shot. Makes it. The Cardinals look like they want to use their defense to speed up the tempo in this game.
While pressuring in the full court is a great tactic if you have the personnel guys. Otherwise, it's an ill-advised play on the defensive end. You've got to know your strengths and stick to them.
At the foul line.
Solid shooter.
Gets it. Sinks it. Cross court. With the big shot. No. We've said it so many times, survive and advance. Well, one survived and will advance, the other one's going home.
Well, when you take a close look at this victory, it came down to execution. We say it all the time, but these guys did a terrific job of getting stops at the defensive end and scores at the offensive end.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes CBS Sports coverage of NCAA basketball. I'm Gus Johnson saying so long.